How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map here on Farming Simulator 25 for all platforms called Diepholz 25. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Diepholz. Your grandpa left you a farm. Now it's up to you to lead it into the future. You begin your journey amidst fields, traditional brick buildings, and untouched nature. Face the challenges, grow your business, and become the farmer the whole village depends on. Diepholz is waiting. Are you ready? 42 fields and meadows, 1 farm, 1 biogas plant, 32 ground angles, new crops, rye, spelt, triticale, green rye, vetch rye, mustard, hummus active, silage maize, flowering catch crop, winter wheat, summer wheat, winter wheat, summer wheat, winter barley, summer barley, alfalfa, and clover, stubble destruction, seed and harvest calendar adjusted, 96 paintable textures, in-game help added, new fruits added to the feeding, collectibles, own license plates, own soil map for precision farming, highlands and fishing DLC ready, info, to let the AI helper drive, traffic must be turned off as it can otherwise cause problems. All barbed wire fences can be sold through Farm ID 1. This is a European map made by Taker LS and is 703.79 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, and they are the Shelter and Storage by Modding Association Nordfries, Farm Decoration Pack by Taker LS, Farmhouse Package Volume 3 by DMI20mm Normandy, Shed Pack by DMI20mm Normandy, Automatic Grain Sampler by B3N, Modern House Set by Red Phoenix, Old Farm Package by DMI20mm Normandy, Farmhouse Package Volume 2 by DMI20mm Normandy, Workshop Table by Nico Do 55, Metal Fence Pack by Cayman, Placeable Dairy Farm Package by DMI20mm Normandy, Old Cowshed by DMI20mm Normandy, Modern Cow Stable by Modding Association Katsu, Bunker Silo Pack by Modding Association Katsu, Pack of Manure Heap by Rajo Gplay, Wood Decoration Set by Modding Association Baxter, and the Liquid Manure Basin Pack by Modding Association Katsu. Now if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here on the kind of northern portion of the playable area on this map, and we start out by owning farmlands number, let's see, 8, 23, 25, 30, 34, 43, 45, nope, wait. Nope, those are wrong notes. It is 8, 23, 25, 30, 34, and 45. 8 is a triticale field ready to harvest, 23 is a meadow ready to harvest, 25 is summer wheat ready to harvest, 30 is grass ready to harvest, 34 is triticale ready to harvest, and 45 is your main starting farm. Let's see. Yeah, 8, let's see, 8, 23, 25 is over here. We've got 30, 34, and 45, we zoom in right there. Let's see, you cannot buy all areas of the map. As you can see, the kind of main shop area is not purchasable. You got this kind of huge periphery area here that's not purchasable, also not accessible. Let's see. You do start out with animal pens. As you can see, we have a few cow barns and pastures. Contracts are available on this map. We do not start out with any production chains, nor are there any available on the map, kind of. I'll dive into that a little bit later. And then collectibles on this map, there are collectibles, 50 of them to be precise. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting out under the buy menu, there's nothing here under the buy menu. And then under the build menu, starting out under our buildings tab, there's nothing here under sheds, but under silos, scrolling all the way down to the very bottom here. Nope, not the very bottom, almost to the bottom. Let's see, right here. You can see this one, the grain hull is tagged with Diepholz 25 mod. That is a mod specific to this map. You do have a ton of required mods for this map, so that's kind of wading through the weeds there. But there is nothing for silo extensions, constructibles, containers, tools, or farmhouses. Then under productions, again, we scroll all the way towards the bottom, but not at the bottom because, or no, this one is at the bottom. We do have a biogas plant that is specific to this map. Nothing for selling points, greenhouses, cultivation, or generators. Under animals, we do have some here for cows. You can see right here, the Diepholz 25 mod, That is one specific to this map. Same thing for horses right here. Got one right there. Nothing for pigs, but for sheep we do have this this one right here. And then for chickens, there is nothing at all. There are nothing for bees and nothing for others. There's absolutely nothing here under the decorations tab. And then lastly, under the landscaping tab, under paintables and painting swatches, there are a ton of additional painting swatches for this map, a metric ton. There are some trees here as well that are specific to this map, and some plants that are also specific to this map. You can also see things like this, the little rock formations and all that kind of stuff as well. Now we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. Go to this screen here. We start with the AGCO 1500 weight, the Albert bale spike, the Albert pallet fork, the Albert silage cutter, the Albert universal bucket, the Case IH Puma 185 CVX drive. We have a Fiat 160/90 DT, the Horsch Credo 3 Power Harrow. We got the Horsch Versa Cedar, the Hardy Mega 1200L sprayer, the HA DTS 16. This is our fertilizer spreader or manure spreader, but it also will take something else. You see that symbol there at the bottom. Let's take a look at what that symbol is, because I'm not even familiar with that, and I'm just seeing this or just realizing this. It's this one. Let's see. Down here at the bottom one that or would it? Oh, there it is. Compost is what that one is. So yeah, there we go. Oh, we also need to keep looking. Vehicles. We have the John Deere 3650, the K-Brand RA142 feed mixer, the Kachar HDS 9184M power sprayer, the Lemken Joule 6MV 4+1 plow, the Lemken Smart N500K cultivator. We got the Nardi N40BX header trailer, the New Holland 1000 weight, the New Holland CH770 harvester, the New Holland Pro Belt 165 baler, the New Holland Superflex 25-foot header, the Quickie Q4M front loader, Rudolph DK280RP trailer, the Rudolph TDK 301 RP trailer, and the Samaz KDF 341S mower, the Samaz P8890 tedder, the Samaz XD 390 rear deck mower, the Samaz Z2840H windrower, the Skoda Kodiaq RS car, and that is everything. So you start out with quite a good selection for starting equipment. So let's go ahead and take a look around the starting farm. Starting out here, we have our sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger. Over here, we have a manure heap, small farmer's kiosk right there. We have our cow barn right here with our slurry output right there. We have room for 70 cows, 0 to start out with. Feed can go in there. And it took me a while to find this, but if I come around here, you can see right there is the animal input location. So you can put your cows in right here. You can see the dialog box pops up right about there, and you're able to load in your cows. Took me quite a while to find that. Milk can be gotten out here. Over here, we've got our slurry tank. Bunker silo right here. Walking right on top of it. Bunch of stuff stored in the barns here. Cow pasture with room for 48 cows. Feed goes here. Water goes here. A cow barn right in here. Feed goes here. Room for 40 cows. You got your animal dialog box right there. Inside here, fuel tank, repair trigger. See, let me just make sure I got everything. Yes. Yep, I got everything there. So let's grab the car. Around the back side over in here, AI helper Walter. AI helper David. Here we have the Horse Farm Taman buy point. The Horse Farm Taman sell point. Hop back in the car. Here, let's do this real quick. There we go. Need to turn here. Whoops, oops, oops. Getting a little reckless there. Cut through the woods. Going too fast. We have AI helper Noah. And we have the Forester sell point. Now, the wood sell trigger, you see, is placed right here. At least the icon is. But to sell, come over right to here, and you can actually use that sell trigger right there. So the sell trigger is hidden. Probably is going to need to be updated on a later update. We need to go right here. Oops, oops, oops. I was looking down at the notes. And then make a left. Ah, there we go. Now coming up here is what I'm going to call an extension to the farm, because your farm doesn't have a starting silo. But if you come over here and purchase farmland number 43 for $16,864, go ahead and do that. You can see we now have a silo. This is called the grain hall. You can got your input and output right there. Make a left. Across the street there is AI helper Ben. Okay, to my left over there is the water buy point. Stop right there. Over there, we have the gas station, that little fuel tank there. Supermarket sell point there. That is the grain mill stow sell point. The shop trigger right here. And back here is the repair trigger. So now we'll go get back in the car. Coming up here. Make a left. Taking this just to the north little ways. Right here is the collection point Diepholz County sell point. And now right here is the biogas plant area. To purchase the biogas plant, got to purchase farmland number 46 for $20,672. Go ahead and do that. Now here we have our liquid input, our trigger point right there, solid input in there, and liquid output right there. Bunker silo, a huge one right there. And now we go all the way down to the south for our last set of interests. Right here, slow right down. Right here, we have the Agricultural Trade Weidman Grain Sell point. Here we have the Weidman Fertilizer and Pesticide buy point. The Agriculture Trade Weidman Root Crop Sell point. Aya Helper Katie is right there, and here we have the animal dealer. If you want to purchase your animals, you can come here and purchase them directly using this icon right here, or you can purchase them using the same icon at any of the pens and pastures you have placed around the map. If you use these icons directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. Animal dealer is going to take the animals from this location and deliver them to any of the pens and pastures you want them to be delivered to for a cost. Now that cost can range, but what? No. Don't want to talk to you. Can range, but for an adult cow, it's $100 per adult cow. It varies based on the animal as well as the age of the animal. So if we wanted to fill up, let's see, we'll fill up this cow barn here, 70 cows, that's going to be an extra $7,000 on top of the base price for said cows. If you want to save that delivery fee, bring an animal trailer to this location, park it right inside this little hazard mark area there, then access the dialog box. Once you do that, you'll be able to load the animals into the trailer rather than into the pens and pastures yourself, and then you'll be able to drive them to the pens and pastures and save that fee. That's it. That is everything here for Diepholz 25. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. This one here, I like it. There's a few things I like about it. There's a few things that I'm not too crazy about. So we're going to start out with that. Right now, color palette is really good. Like it. It's nice and toned down. There's not a lot of pops of color. Again, it doesn't make it feel like a cartoon. Then we come into the terrain. The terrain is not so much. It's, for the most part, pretty flat. There's not a whole lot in the ways of terrain angles or anything along those lines that are happening. The map itself, relatively small. It's definitely not utilizing the full 2x by 2x. As you can see here, we're coming up to the very edge of the map, and it stops you from going outside the map beyond a certain point. So you got tons of area outside the map, but not inside the playable area, which isn't that bad. I mean, for a smaller map, it's not too shabby. You're going to get back and forth relatively quickly because the road, the main stretch here going east to west, I mean, is relatively straightforward. So it's going to feel like a small map. You're going to be able to get to and from pretty quickly. I mean, you can see I'm not even trying to hustle here, and I'm almost to the outskirts of the other side of the map. And yeah, I mean, we're talking very, very little in the ways of, really trying to hustle, trying to almost prove a point kind of thing. So, not saying that small maps are bad. I'm just saying that you're going to be able to zip around on this one pretty quickly. So yeah, what do I think of this map? It's I like it. I like it more than I don't like it. So what would I give this one? 0 to 5 scale. I'm probably going to give this one a 3.5. It's got some features to it that are nice in regards to the amount of detail. You get into town here and you can see there's tons of stuff, tons of detail going on in and around the shop area, in and around the sell points. Like there's a bunch of deco and stuff. I like that. That's nice. It makes it feel kind of lived in. But like I said, for the most part, it's a really flat map and you're going to be able to get a lot of places really, really quickly. Now, the cool thing about it being small, as you can see, you're not going to see the kind of outer perimeter of the map, and they didn't even bother actually animating like anything around the outside of the map because you're not going to be able to see it from your vantage point. Only if you go up in this view are you going to be able to see anything. And to everybody else at the ground level, it's going to look like you're just seeing a bunch of trees and forest all around. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to be too sad about that. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5. I think this is a pretty solid map, but yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour, and if you did, Please show him by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing the show, you engage with this channel, and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.